welcome you all for my video lecture on concrete mix design as per IS 10262-2019, presentation by Dr. Leon Raj, Scientist, Applied Civil Engineering Group, CSIR, Northeast Institute of Science and Technology, Jorhat, Assam. Concrete has several applications like residential buildings, commercial buildings, deep excavation structures, deep foundation structures, and it has several applications. One of such application is shown here. Data required for mix proportioning, grade designation, M10, M20, M30, M40, 50, 60, 70, 80, these are all grade designations. Type of cement, OPC or PPC, ordinary Portland cement or Portland pozzolana cement. Then what is the type of grade? 33, 43 or 53. The grade of cement is nothing but 28-day compressive strength of cement. Maximum nominal size of aggregates maybe 10, 12, 20 mm. That data is required. Minimum cement content, maximum water cement ratio. The minimum cement and maximum water cement ratio is limited for durability purpose, and the limitation is given in IS 456-2000. Workability, that is nothing but a slump value, whether it is low slump or high slump. Zero slump means roller compacted concrete. Then 300 mm slump is nothing but a self-compacting concrete. 120 mm is pumpable concrete. So these information about workability is also important. Then exposure conditions, mild, severe, very severe, extreme. What the construction site belongs to which exposure condition has to be mentioned. Then data for mix proportioning, maximum temperature of concrete at the time of placing, method of transportation and placing, where you are casting and where you are going to place the concrete, and what is the mode of transformation, that information should be given. Early age strength requirements like whether is rapid hardening cement or early compressive strength concrete, which one is required, that information is required. Then type of aggregate, whether it is granite or limestone or natural or artificial, rounded or angular, all the information is required for mix design. Then maximum cement content 450 kg per meter cube as per IS 456-2000. Whether an admixture shall or shall not be used, and the type of admixture and condition of use. So all this information is required before starting mix design. Target strength for mix proportioning, the concrete has to be proportion for a higher target mean strength, that is F dash of CK. Here the nominal distribution of M30 grade of concrete is given here. So for example, if you have 100 cubes of M30 grade of concrete, only 5 cubes can be less than compressive strength. For M30 grade of concrete, compressive characteristic strength is 30 MPa. So only 5 cubes can be less than 30 MPa. Remaining 95 cubes mean strength should be greater than 38 MPa. So that is target mean strength. So the same concept is explained here. I want to give one more example. If you have 50 cubes of M30 grade of concrete, only 3 cubes can be less than characteristic compressive strength, that is 30 MPa. Remaining 47 cubes should be greater than 30 MPa, and their mean value should be greater than 38 MPa. This is represented in mathematical formula F dash of CK, that is target mean compressive strength is equal to Characteristic compressive strength plus 1.65 into S. Here S is standard deviation. Code is suggesting standard deviation for different grades of concrete in table 2. For M10 and M15, the assumed standard deviation is 3.5 MPa. For M20 and 25, it is 4 MPa. 30 to 60, it's 5 MPa. 65 to 80, it is 6 MPa. This assumed standard deviation belongs to good site condition. What are all the characteristics of good site condition? 1. Proper storage of cement. 2. Weigh batching of all materials. You need a weighing balance. You have to measure all the ingredients like which we are adding in concrete. The ingredients namely fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, water, cement. So you need a weighing balance. Then controlled addition of water. You need a measuring jar to add, and how much amount of water you are adding you should have a control on addition of water. Then regular checking of all materials, whether the materials have inorganic content. So what is whether it is chemically inert or aggregates are chemically inert, and all these properties has to be regularly checked. Then aggregate grading and moisture content. If fine aggregates belongs to, there are four different kinds of 4 different grades of fine aggregate, right? Zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4. For each zone of fine aggregate, there are different values of coarse aggregate by total aggregate ratio. So therefore, if in the first batch, if your sand belongs to zone 1 and your next batch belongs to zone 4, means your Ca by Ta value will change. Subsequently, your mix design is wrong. You can say it's wrong, it will not give good appropriate result. So that's why I am telling it's wrong. Okay. Then moisture content. You have to regularly monitor the moisture content, like free moisture and absorbed water absorption. So both has to be frequently checked, and accordingly mix design has to be modified if you have more free moisture, or if you have dry aggregate, or less free moisture. Regular checking of workability and strength. If you are going to cast 30 meter by 30 meter slab, according to the availability of the equipment, the manpower and resources, some people may cast within 1 day. Some people may cast the same thing for a period of 3 to 7 days. So whatever it may be, you have to check the workability and strength for each batch of concrete. What you have to do, you have to take cube compressive strength. So that means you have to cast along with the slab, or along with each batch of concreting, you have to cast a cube, then 3 cubes. Then you have to test the average, you have to find the average compressive strength. At the same time, you have to check the workability also. If all these conditions satisfy, then it belongs to good site condition. So if there is no, obviously if there is a good site condition, there will be a fair site condition, right? In that case, you have to add assumed standard deviation by 1 MPa. For example, if M20 grade of concrete, for good site condition, the assumed standard deviation is 4 MPa. For fair site condition, the assumed standard deviation will be 5 MPa. For grades M65 and above, the standard deviation may also be established by actual trials based on assumed proportions before finalizing the mix. So here the grade of concrete and target strength are given. First column represents the grade of concrete and second column standard deviation for good site condition. Third column standard deviation target mean strength for good site condition. Fourth one standard deviation for fair site condition, and fifth one target mean compressive strength for fair site condition. Grade of concrete 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Standard deviation 3.5, 4, 5, 6 MPa. Target strength shall be characteristic compressive strength plus 1.65 into standard deviation. So for example, if your grade of concrete is 30, that is M30, your standard deviation is 5 MPa, target strength is 38 MPa. For fair site condition, M30 grade of concrete, its standard deviation is 6 MPa and the target mean strength is 40 MPa. Selection of water cement ratio. The variation of 28 days compressive strength of concrete to free water cement ratio is shown here. There are three curves. Curve 1 belongs to OPC 33 grade of cement. Then OPC 43 curve 2, OPC 53 curve 3. In the absence of data on actual 28 days compressive strength of cement, the curves 1, 2, 3 may be used for OPC 33, 43 and OPC 53 respectively. While using PPC or PSC, the appropriate curve as per actual strength may be utilized. In the absence of the actual 28 days compressive strength data, curve 2 may be utilized. Here you can see the free water cement ratio increases, compressive strength of concrete decreases. For example, OPC 53 for water cement ratio of 0.5, that compressive strength is 75 MPa. At the same time, for water cement ratio of 0.65, it is only 25 MPa. So this is the curve, right? This is the curve. Now for constant OPC 40 for a constant water cement ratio of 0.3, your compressive strength increases from 50 MPa to 65 MPa. When the grade of cement increases from 33 MPa to 53 MPa. So these are all the inference from the water cement ratio graph. So in the upcoming example for M40 grade of mixed design, the target strength is 48 MPa. So this is the target strength, and the type of cement used was PPC grade, PPC cement, and the tentative water cement ratio is 0.36. So this is how the water cement ratio is selected. Then selection of water content. Here the table 4 shows the water content per cubic meter of concrete for nominal maximum size of aggregate. The maximum nominal size of aggregate 10, 20 and 40 mm has water content of 208, 186 and 165 kg per meter cube respectively. Slump test. Here the 6 figures shows the sequence of slump test. First one, pouring of concrete up to a certain layer, that is first layer. then compacting using tamping rod. Then second figure shows the pouring of concrete up to second layer. Third figure, filling of concrete up to 3 layers. That means concrete is overflowing. Then fourth figure is removing excess concrete. Then fifth figure shows the removal of slump cone. In the sixth figure, slump is measured. Size of aggregates, 5 to 10 mm aggregate 10 is shown here in the first figure. Then 10 to 14 mm aggregate in second one, 14 to 20 mm in third one, and greater than aggregates greater than 20 mm is shown in the fourth figure. Adjusting water content for slump. As per code, for every increase of slump value of 25 mm, the water content has to be increased by 3%. So that means your tentative water content for 50 mm slump for a maximum normal size of aggregate 20 mm is 186 kg per meter cube. Then for an increase of slump of 25 mm, that is equal to 75 mm, this is 75 mm. So you have to multiply this 186 by 1.03. You will get 192 kilogram per meter cube. For 197 kilogram per meter cube, the slump value is 100 mm. For 100 mm, for slump value of 120 mm, it is 203 kilogram per meter cube. 150, it is 209 kilogram per meter cube. Likewise, it increases. And this is same for the table 2 for a size of aggregate of 10 mm. Here the starting value is 208 kilogram per meter cube. And the next is for 75 mm slump of maximum normal size aggregate 10 mm is equal to 208 into 1.03, that is equal to 214 kilogram per meter cube. Then 100 mm slump 221 kilogram per meter cube. 125 mm slump, it is 227 kilogram per meter cube. Likewise it increases. Then interpolation, here the interpolation points, the boundary points x1 y1 and x2 y2. The interpolation points are x comma y. You know x and what is the y value you have to find out. And the formula for y equal to y1 plus x minus x1 into y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. This is simple basic mathematics. And here is one example. X and y axis are superplasticizer dosage and water reduction respectively. Here x1 y1, x1 is superplasticizer 0.5%, y1 is the reduction, water reduction 15%, and x2 y2 1.5% and 30%. And here x and y, that is 1% and y is unknown here. Just by substituting all these 3 points in the formula given here, this is the formula. So you have to substitute all these 3 points in this formula. You will get y equal to 23%. So this way we interpolate the values. Adjusting water content according to admixture dosage. First you have to select tentative water content. Then you have adjusted your water content according to slump. Next step, you have to adjust your water content according to admixture dosage. The code has given a special provision in Annexure G. The typical dosage of superplasticizers is in the range of 0.5 to 1.5% and water reduction of 15 to 30%. So here superplasticizer and water reduction upper and lower bound values were given. Upper bound values are 1.5% and 30%. Lower bound values are 0.5 and 15%. So remaining values are interpolated. In the upcoming design example, The admixture dosage is 1%. So that's why you have to use the water reduction of 23%. IS 456 minimum cement content grade, minimum grade and maximum water cement ratio are given in table 5. The second column gives about exposure conditions: mild, moderate, severe and very severe. There are two different tables, one for plain concrete and another for reinforced concrete. When the minimum cement content increases, when the exposure condition increases from mild to extreme, minimum cement content increases from 300 kg per meter cube to 360 kg per meter cube. At the same time, water cement ratio decreases from 0.5 to 0.40. On the other hand, minimum grade of concrete increases from 20 MPa to 40 MPa. Here the Tamil Nadu belongs to mild or moderate condition, therefore you have to select minimum grade of concrete either M20 or M25. At the same time, Jorhat, Assam belongs to severe condition, so minimum grade of concrete you have to select M30 and the minimum cement content 320 kg per meter cube. Maximum water cement ratio is 0.45. The coastal areas of Tamil Nadu, any coastal area belongs to either very severe or extreme condition. In those cases, your minimum grade of concrete shall be M35 or M40. Minimum cement content shall be 340 kg per meter cube or 360 kg per meter cube. Maximum water cement shall be 0.45 or 0.40 according to the exposure conditions. This minimum and maximum values were fixed. Also, please note that this minimum cement content, maximum water cement ratio and minimum grade of concrete for different exposures with normal weight aggregates of 20 mm maximum nominal size. Estimation of air content. Approximate air content for maximum nominal size of aggregates 10, 20 and 40 mm are 1.5, 1 and 0.8% respectively. Finding coarse aggregate and fine aggregate proportion. So total aggregate equal to fine aggregate plus coarse aggregate. So what is it? May be represented in two form, volume or mass. Volume of coarse aggregate equal to volume of total aggregate equal to volume of coarse aggregate plus volume of fine aggregate. Mass of total aggregate is equal to mass of fine aggregate plus mass of coarse aggregate. Here table 5 shows that volume of coarse aggregate to total aggregate for different zones of fine aggregate for water cement or water cementitious material ratio of 0.5. All this Ca by Ta value, Ca means coarse aggregate, Ta means total aggregate. So this Ca by Ta value for different fine aggregate grading. So as I told earlier, there are 4 zones. This fine aggregate are differentiated into 4 different zones according to the fineness of the material. Zone 1 sand is coarser, at the same time zone 4 sand is finer. The maximum nominal size of aggregates are 10, 20 and 40 mm. Here the Ca by Ta value for different zones of fine aggregate is given in this tabular column. Here you can see as the zone value increases from 4 to 1, the Ca by Ta value decreases for any type of aggregate. For any size of aggregate, it may be 10, 20 or 40, whatever it may be. When the zone value, when the zone increases from when the zone of fine aggregate varies from 4 to 1, the CA by TA value decreases. At the same time, when the size of the aggregate increases, this CA by TA value increases. So these are all the information about this table. Volumes are based on aggregates in saturated surface dry condition that is called SSD condition. These volumes are for crushed angular aggregate, and suitable adjustments may be made for other shape of aggregate. Other shape of aggregate means round aggregate or flaky aggregates. These are all different shapes of aggregates. Suitable adjustments may also be made for fine aggregate from other than natural sources. Normally, crushed sand, otherwise manufactured sand or mixed sand may need lesser fine aggregate content. In that case, coarse aggregate volume shall be suitably increased. Here the CA by TA value in the CA by TA value can be increased. So that's what given in notes 3. In note 4, it is recommended that fine aggregate conforming to grading zone 4 as per IS 383 shall not be used in reinforced concrete unless tests have been made to ascertain the suitability of the proposed mix proportions. So this zone 4 does not suitable for reinforced concrete. That point was mentioned in note 4. Then again code is giving a hint to get the interpolation values. So in the previous in this table, all this information are given for water cement ratio or water by cementitious material ratio of 0.5. So your water cement ratio may be less than 0.5, right? Maybe 0.3, 0.2 or 0.36, whatever it may be. In that case, code is giving a suggestion to interpolate your intermediate values. The proportion of volume of coarse aggregates to the total aggregates ratio, that is CA by TA ratio, is increased at the rate of 0.01 for every decrease in water by cement or water by cementitious material ratio by 0.05, and decreased at the rate of 0.01 for every increase of water by cement ratio by 0.05. So water cement ratio for every decrease, so water cement ratio, water by cement ratio, for fine aggregate of zone 2 category, the water cement ratio is 0.5, then CA by TA value is 0.62. Here this is zone 2, and for maximum normal size of aggregate is 20 mm, the value is 0.62, and for the water cement ratio of 0.5. So that's what mentioned in the first line. And for in the second line, the difference between water by cement ratio is 0.05. For every decrease in water cement ratio of 0.05, the CA by TA value can be increased by 0.01. Therefore, it is increased 0.062, 0.63, 0.64, 0.65, 0.66, 0.67, 0.68. At the same time, water cement ratio decreased by 0.05. That is 0.5, 0.45, 0.4, 0.35, 0.3, 0.25, 0.2. Likewise, other zones also can be calculated. Then finally, reporting. The mix design report shall include the following: period of casting, starting date and ending date, details of work, type of structure if provided, like beam or column or residential or commercial building, whatever information it has to be mentioned in the report, all the data provided for the mix design as per 4.1 and deviations from IS 456 if any, Relevant test data like specific gravity, moisture content, then all relevant information of different materials for the purpose of mixed proportioning. Then details of materials such as brand of cement like Ultratech. Then manufacturing date. The manufacturing date is shown here, provided here. Then percentage of pozzolana or slag. All those information you can get it from the cement bag. Then source of coarse aggregate and fine aggregate, whether you have taken aggregates from natural or manufactured. If it is natural, from which river you have got the aggregate from fine aggregate, whether Brahmaputra or Kaveri. So from where you got your fine aggregate and from where you got your coarse aggregate. Your coarse aggregate is granite or limestone, whatever information, all those information has to be reported. Details of trials conducted. Every trials consist of 7 days and 28 days strength, right? Each trial has each trial's compressive strength is average of 3 cubes. Then recommended mix proportions. So all this information should be reported in the mix design report. Then mix design example, grade designation M40, type of cement PPC conforming to IS 1489, maximum nominal size of aggregate 20 mm, minimum cement content and maximum water cement ratio to be adopted, severe and exposure conditions as per table 3 and 5 of IS 456, workability 75 mm slum, method of concrete non-pumpable, degree of site control good, type of aggregate crushed, angular aggregate, maximum cement content not including fly ash 450 kg per meter cube, chemical admixture type superplasticization normal, cement used PPC conforming to IS 1489 part 1, specific gravity of cement 2.88, chemical admixture superplasticization conforming to IS 9103, specific gravity, coarse aggregate in surface dry condition 2.74, fine aggregate at surface dry, saturated surface dry condition 2.65, chemical admixture surface specific gravity is 1.145, water absorption coarse aggregate 0.5%, fine aggregate 1%, free moisture nil. Then sieve analysis of coarse aggregate and fine aggregate are given here as per IS 1383, IS 383. This sieve analysis is done. Then sieve sizes were 20, 10, 4.75 and 2.36 mm. 60% of aggregates are 20 mm size and 40% are 10 mm size. Then fine aggregate belongs to zone 2 of table of IS 383. Then volume of material, specific gravity equal to mass by volume of material divided by mass by volume of water. Specific gravity into mass by volume of water equal to mass by volume of material. Specific gravity into density of water equal to mass by volume of material. And volume of material equal to mass of the material divided by specific gravity of the material into 1000. So volume of concrete is equal to volume of cement plus volume of fine aggregate plus volume of coarse aggregate plus volume of water plus volume of admixture. Mass of concrete equal to mass of following cement plus fine aggregate plus coarse aggregate plus water plus admixture. And in this case volume of fine aggregate plus coarse aggregate is equal to total aggregate, volume of total aggregate. Mass of fine aggregate plus coarse aggregate is equal to mass of total aggregate. Then formula for finding the volume of material, right? mass of cement. Here the mass of cement, volume of cement is equal to mass of cement divided by specific gravity of cement into 1000. Then mass of fine aggregate, then volume of fine aggregate is equal to mass of fine aggregate divided by specific gravity of fine aggregate into 1000. Then volume of coarse aggregate is equal to mass of coarse aggregate divided by specific gravity of fine aggregate into 1000. Then volume of water is equal to mass of water divided by specific gravity into 1000. Then mass of admixture, volume of admixture is equal to mass of admixture divided by specific gravity of admixture into 1000. So if you add all these values, you will get 1 meter cube. Adjustment of water content. First you got the values like tentative. For maximum normal size of aggregate 20 mm, your tentative water content is 186 kg per meter cube. Then you are adjusting for slump value. Here the required slump is 75 mm. Therefore the adjusted water content is 186 into 1.03, you will get 192 kg per meter cube. Then again your water content has to be adjusted for superplasticizer dosage. In the previous slide I explained how did you get water reduction percentage of 23%. So therefore your adjusted water content for admixture is 192 into 0.77, that is equal to 148 kg per meter cube. Then volume calculation, volume of concrete is equal to 1 meter cube, air content is 1%, then actual volume of concrete is 0.99 meter cube. Then water cement ratio, how to get a water cement ratio, which I explained in the previous slide. Still the small graph is given here. For M40 grade of concrete, the mean strength is 48 MPa, and the grade of cement is type of cement is PPC, and the grade of cement is not clearly known. Therefore we are selecting the curve 2, and the corresponding water cement ratio, that is free water cement ratio, is 0.36. Accordingly you can calculate the mass of cement. So mass of cement equal to 148 divided by 0.36, you get 412 kg per meter cube. Then once you got mass of cement, mass of water, mass of chemical admixture. Mass of chemical admixture is very simple. Mass of cement into 1 by 100, that is 1% of mass of cement is admixture. So therefore you got the mass of 3 materials, and you know the specific gravity of 3 materials like cement, water and chemical admixture. Now with this, using the previous formula, you can easily calculate the volume of these 3 materials. So that's what shown here. 412 divided by specific gravity 2.88 into 1000, 148.4 divided by 1 into 1000, 412 into 0.01 divided by 1.145 into 1000. So you get the volume of these 3 materials. Then total volume is equal to 0.99 meter cube. What are all the materials left over? Fine aggregate and coarse aggregate. Just add these two, you get total aggregate. Then if you subtract the total volume, if you subtract the 3 materials from total volume, you will get the volume of total aggregate. So that's what 0.99 minus 143, 0.143 plus 0.148 plus 0.04, you get the volume of total aggregate as 0.695 meter cube. And now you have to proportion it, right? So you have 100% total aggregate, and how much percentage fine aggregate and how much percentage coarse aggregate. So code has given a nice tabular column with the water cement ratio 0.5, and you have to interpolate for 0.36. All this information I explained in the previous slides. So you got the value of for fine aggregate it's 36% and coarse aggregate is 64%. So 64% of total aggregate is coarse aggregate. 34% of total aggregate is fine aggregate. So this is what this terms are saying. Then mass of fine aggregate is equal to volume of total aggregate into specific gravity into 1000 into fine aggregate proportion. You get 648 kilogram per meter cube. Mass of coarse aggregate is equal to volume of total aggregate into specific gravity into 1000 into coarse aggregate proportion. That is equal to 1233 kilogram per meter cube. At last you got a proportion. Cement 412 kilogram per meter cube, water 148 kilogram per meter cube, coarse aggregate 1233 kilogram per meter cube, fine aggregate 648 kilogram per meter cube, chemical admixture 4.124 kilogram per meter cube. Cement occupies 17% of total mass of concrete. The total mass of concrete is 2400 kilogram. So cement occupies only 17% of the total mass. This coarse aggregate and fine aggregate occupies 75%, 76%. That is also reflected in this pie chart actually. This chemical admixture is 0.17% only, water is only 6%. So now volume check and mass check. If you add all the materials volume, you should get 0.99 meter cube, and if you add all the mass, you should get nearly 2400 kilogram. That is a density of the concrete. Volume of cement plus fine aggregate plus coarse aggregate plus water plus admixture, that is equal to 0.99 meter cube. Mass of cement plus fine aggregate plus coarse aggregate plus water plus admixture, you will get 2400 kilogram. Hence, okay. Now adjustment of fine aggregate, coarse aggregate and water content for dry and wet condition. So the mixed proportion you have arrived right, that is based on saturated surface dry condition. That may not prevail in the executing sites. Either aggregates may in wet condition or dry condition. So here is the figure which explains nicely about how to calculate the adjustments. This saturated surface dry condition lies exactly in between dry and wet condition of aggregates. Therefore, mass in dry condition, that is equal to mass in saturated surface dry condition divided by 1 plus free moisture divided by 100. In other case, mass in wet condition, that means mass in wet condition of coarse aggregate or fine aggregate is equal to mass in saturated surface dry condition of coarse aggregate or fine aggregate into 1 plus free moisture divided by 100. Aggregate shall be used in saturated surface dry condition. If otherwise, when computing the requirement of mixing water, allowance shall be made for free or surface moisture contributed by the fine and coarse aggregates. On the other hand, if the aggregates are dry, the amount of mixing water shall be increased by an amount equal to the moisture likely to be absorbed by the aggregates. Necessary adjustments are also required to be made in the mass of aggregates. The surface water and percent water absorption of aggregate shall be determined according to IS 2386 part 3. So the adjustment of water, fine aggregate and coarse aggregate. If fine aggregate and coarse aggregate in dry condition. So if fine aggregate and coarse aggregate is in dry condition, you have to add some extra water to compensate the water loss to bring the fine aggregate and coarse aggregate to saturated surface dry condition. Therefore, mass of fine aggregate per meter cube in dry condition, that is equal to mass of fine aggregate in saturated surface dry condition divided by 1 plus free moisture divided by 100, that is equal to 642 kg per meter cube. This fine aggregate in saturated surface dry condition minus dry condition is equal to 6 kg. Similarly, repeat the procedure for coarse aggregate. Mass of coarse aggregate per meter cube is equal to mass of fine aggregate in saturated surface dry condition divided by 1 plus free moisture divided by 100. So that is equal to 1228 kg per meter cube. So difference in saturated surface dry condition minus dry condition is equal to 6 kg. So finally these two values should be added to the water content. Now you get the water content of 160 kg per meter cube. So this is nothing but the aggregate is in dry condition. So you have to add some water to compensate the loss in water absorption, or you have to bring the material into saturated surface dry condition. So that's what this adjustment is made. In Tamil Nadu during summer season all the aggregates are almost under dry condition. So you have to make this adjustment, otherwise your mix proportion may not give correct results. At the same time, in Assam or Jorhat, in Assam, any place in northeast, it's always raining. So your aggregates will be in wet condition. In those cases, you have to reduce the water content. Then if you are not reducing the water content, what happens? Your mix proportion may not give correct results. You have to be very careful in the case of wet condition. If your aggregates are in wet condition, you have to reduce the water content. If you are not reducing the water content, your expected strength may not be achieved. Then final mix proportion is cement 412 kg per meter cube, water 160 kg per meter cube, coarse aggregate 1228 kg per meter cube, fine aggregate 642 kg per meter cube, chemical admixture 4.12 kg per meter cube. The distribution of constituents of concrete are shown in this pie chart. My next lectures are mixed proportion using fly ash as partial replacement of OPC for OPC, mixed proportion using GGPS as partial replacement for OPC, mixed proportion for high strength concrete, mixed proportion for pervious concrete. References IS 1026 to 2019, IS 456 2000, and photos Google, acknowledgement CSIR SRTP CSIR.